The Lola Show. Our guest today has been a subject of controversy and criticism as a result of his influence in politics, which he has made known in both print and broadcast media. He is not only served as a deputy governor in Osun State from 1999 to 2003, but also as a chairman of all-important Senate Committee on Appropriations in the upper chamber of the National Assembly from 2007 to 2011. Welcome to the Lola Show. Hello Nigeria, I am Lola Sanusy and this is the Lola Show, a show designed to entertain and throw light on certain issues in our society as well as stirring social consciousness. Today we are interviewing with Senator Christopher Lola Omisore. Senator, it's great to have you on TLS.
Thank you.
Distinguished Senator Lola Omisore was born on the 15th of September. He is a native of Ile-Ife, the cradle of Yoruba race, Osun State. He is not only well known in the field of politics, he has also carved a niche for himself in the field of engineering. This is evident from resounding success he has recorded in his career. He has been conferred with numerous chieftaincy titles like Akbesi Odua of the Source, High Chief Lisa of Osogbo Land, Bashorun of Ijesha Land, Mayegun of Ijero Kingdom, among others. It's great to have you once again, sir.
Thank you very much.
We're going to have a wonderful time today.
I think so. And I pray so.
Well, I'm going to start with some questions now. Like, what sorts of emails do you receive these days?
It's very interesting. I've been in the political saddle for continuity of almost 12 years. And they've been out for the past 24 months now.
Okay.
Well, it's quite reflective, sobering, and encouraging. Emails from my various colleagues. Recently, I got an email from the Special Advisor to the National Assembly, the President of the National Assembly Matters, on intersection we proposed between the executive and the legislature.
Okay.
As come and give a talk on leadership between the executive and the legislature vis-a-vis how it affects appropriations. The difference between military rule and political rule is the issue of appropriations.
Okay.
Because in the military time, you have the head of state reading budgets for all the country. But in the political setting, you have the National Assembly bringing appropriations further. So people have been calling to my attention the president of the state, particularly the leadership of ACN, the mismanagement, misappropriations, the misdemeanor, and misrepresentation of people.
So this is what you're receiving in your emails at the moment? Because we don't want to dive into politics yet.
They are inviting me to come and save them. Save our SOS. These are the topmost things that we've seen in recent times. From labor unions, from the civil service organizations, the TUC, Trade Union Congress, NLC. And of course, in the academic sector too, I just got my PhD in engineering finance and public partnership. So a lot of accolades have been coming from different sectors, particularly the academia. And they're quite encouraged and encouraged because what I've done now, I have a PhD in public private partnership, the only person so far in this country was an authority on that new thing called PPPP.
Which is?
Public-private partnership.
Okay.
So I have inquiries from various sectors, from government agencies who are trying to delve into it and try to seek advice from me, paper presentation, critique of their proposals, sort of. So I'm quite busy in recent times. Okay. In political field, engineering field, academic field, even social life too, of course.
You're unbelievably busy.
Yorubas too. We like a lot of parties, one base. My friends, my family, my relatives, colleagues, friends, and so always want to be a one freedom leader. So it's quite interesting and very challenging and reflective as well. And my children, but then coming around and makes life very interesting. I'm actually enjoying this holiday. Well, I call it a mini retirement.
Mini retirement. What would you consider your achievements while you were in office?
My achievement, firstly, was to create awareness among the Nigerian populace.
Okay.
That every Nigerian must have a say in appropriations. That is why I invited UNDP to partner with me on what we call UNDP National Assembly Information Committee. We now have a program called Inclusive National Budgeting Initiative, followed by National Assembly and the UNDP.
It involves private citizens.
Exactly.
How so?
I now involve the CSOs, the regional rulers, and the community leaders. So anytime we're planning towards a new year for budgeting, I go around the country, do survey. What I want is lacking. Our projects in Gombe, our project in Bayelsa State, our project in Adamawa and Akwa Ibom. This road between Oron and Calabar. This road between Guza and Maiduguri. How has contractor fared? So that will now inform my in-depth knowledge on the analysis of bringing budget for the next year. And that was all of those for the where during my time there was a seamless and flawless budget process. People budgeting because of the long military role in Nigeria. People now distance from budgeting as if it's secret. The budget is for government, it's not for government. Budgeting is for all of us. It is the duty of the citizens.
It affects us.
It affects you. That the contractors are not working or they are working. One of the major things
that you're known for
that is being done today is that I close books by 31 December. And then I now use the balance of budget as the opening balance for the new year. In those days, they just roll it over. So now we're running budgets of 2-3 years concurrently. So when I look back, I always very happy about it. I'm ready to make my mark by the grace of God and the people that put me in National Assembly at that time.
Do you think the people are really feeling the impact of all these changes?
Of course. It's been followed up to today.
In your assessment, what is the state of the country like today?
Nigeria as a nation is like any other nation. Any nation that's going through development will have challenges. You have to understand this country. People are already conformed. They already form opinion. They already conform their ways. Even if you are passing in Nigeria today, even when I was deputy governor, passing an escort. So children of the age of 3 and 4, they will be taking salute. Hey! Because they are used to militarization.
The military position.
Taking salute positions.
So even children who were not born during the days of the military.
So they are used to it. So we are trying to move away from this thing gradually. And of course these are changes that is normal. Of course it will come with challenges, industrial challenges. Now we are diagnosing ourselves. We know we are starting where we are. So we are now trying to give ourselves medicine.
Coming from.
And of course when you want to treat malaria will take 3-4 days to treat when you use malaria tablets. So our tablets is now taking process.
But
Nigerians are quite always in a hurry.
Where is the medicine?
They want to use Afan.
What?
They want you to use malaria, they will cure immediately. It will take 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So our 2, 3, 5 days turning to years of trying to understand the country that we are aware that all nations pass through this thing. All nations. So I was talking to one of my colleagues about this judiciary issue, this corruption in judiciary. In the 1920s, early 20s in America, there are similar things like this one. Judgment have been miscarried. You look at history.
We know.
But over the years.
But are we growing?
We are growing. We are making progress. When you are growing, you're making progress.
On that note, we'll be right back. Please stay with us with Senator Omisore.
They are inviting me to come and send them. Save our SOS. These are the topmost things that we do in different times. From labor unions, from the civil service organizations.
We have heard of comebacks in politics, but rarely do we have you heard of winning while you were incarcerated?
And they believe at that point that the only thing they can do to compensate me was that I was to vote for me en masse. So I was to represent them in the upper chambers. By the grace of God, if God permits, it's the will of God, I want to be the governor of Omisore State in 2014. Every Nigerian must have a say in appropriations. When you see a gentleman like Senator Omisore, who has never taken a flight in his life, when you tax anybody now, I've not fought anybody in my lifetime.
You're talking to me, talking to Nigeria,
sure,
and talking to the whole world in general. Did you have any role to play in the death of the former Attorney General, Chief Bola Ige?
For what purposes?
Welcome back. You're watching The Lola Show, and we've been talking to the distinguished Senator Lola Omisore. So we rarely dive into politics on the Lola show, but still the controversies which trail your name demands and mandates these following questions. You're talking to me, talking to Nigeria,
Sure,
and talking to the whole world in general. Did you have any role to play in the death of the former Attorney General, Chief Bola Ige?
for record purposes, I don't have any role to play, and I'm not involved in any way at all in the death of the Chief Bola Ige. And Nigerians might trust Nigerians to know that if at the point Nigerian police, federal government invited FBI, led by Mr. Clegg, who came with lie detectors, went through the process, we are passed. The leader of the FBI, Mr. Clegg, give us his card. Look, Mr. We should take this card. Nigerians are funny. Nigerian police are even trying to manipulate us. So if there's any problem, contact us. My name is Mr. Clegg. So that clearly shows that we have any business to do with it. And of course, there's one thing that was being latched on. For the interview with Temple magazine at that time, Temple magazine. There was an interview probably I've granted, which he said, I said Chief Bola Ige's case was the last one. That was the only evidence being paraded in the press, even to the courtrooms. By the time we got to court, the Temple editor now came and confessed that Omisore did not say that at all. It was the publisher that framed that statement to sell papers. And that was the end of Temple today.
Unbelievable.
And, unfortunately, I went to the rigors of trial for more than 2.5 years.
Wow.
And I was discharged and acquitted by the competent court of jurisdiction. The judge, even the judgment, stated that this case has no basis for being given consent or court hearing. It's just an abuse of corporate. But there's no single evidence linking Omisore with Chief Bola Ige's death. And luckily, so about a week after Chief Bola Ige's death, my former governor, Chief Akande, came to a press conference that late Chief Ige's death has something to do with the social crisis.
That's good.
Clearly, that's the vanguard of December 2002.
We have heard of comebacks in politics, but rarely do we have you heard of winning while you were incarcerated? What was your strategy?
When I was in detention?
Yes, detention. Yes.
The first strategy we permitted across the winning zones was sympathy.
Sympathy. Wow.
People believed that I was spring up Chief Bola Ige's death saga so as to allow the then AD to win second term elections in southwestern states. So that sympathy now cumulated into winning streak. That's apart from the fact that I've lived, worked with my people in my state, I've identified with their problems, I know them, we know ourselves. And they believe at that point that the only thing they can do to compensate me was that I was to vote for me en masse, so as to represent them in the upper chambers. But in political calculations, there are two ways to it. Sometimes opponents mistreat mood. The voters have their own moods, their set mood.
Definitely.
So if you don't particularly read the correct mood, sometimes it interplays. When it interplays for you, it comes to the contrary. So the then AD governors that time thought they can use the death of our leader, Chief Bola Ige, to manipulate and ensure that they win for second terms. But that now became the anabaptist for them. They lost woefully, and we now won convincingly. At that point in time, in my central district, we have about 1,714 polling booths, and I won every booth without agent, without a penny, and without any poster.
You were not coordinating anything for while you
I
were
was in detention. What will I coordinate? I don't have money. I don't have agents. But people took it as a challenge to prove to the world that this Omisore, they said, is innocent. That's the first public deliverance we have from the issue of Bola Ige. That is, the Yorubas are knowledgeable enough not to be deceived. Coincidentally, I'm from the Chief Bola Ige constituency. If a central district where I won convincingly.
So the people.
People understand the logic, the policies of want to keep behind bars to cause troubles, which was those all back in those days.
People voted.
They voted on their own. The Omisore campaign group was formed by the Chief Bola Ige. It included all the members, and we are still together till today. And we are following those principles he gave to us, those ways and political ways. So we have no business in having this Bola Ige's death. Even for us to get the prosecution lawyer, late people to come to court, was always postponing, asking for long adjournments because the case has no value. But trying to delay till when elections will come, which they failed to. So after they failed the elections in 2003, the case was now speedily heard, and we are discharged and acquitted with regrets and apologies from those people who masterminded the whole exercise. So
it's quite a pleasure, because we have to take a break now. It's quite a revealing information, and we'll be right back with more from Senator Omisore. Welcome back to the Lola Show. With me is, of course, the distinguished senator himself, Chief. Has anyone ever called you Chief or just Senator? Lola Omisore. We've had such a touching and revealing interview so far, and we're going to go a little bit further by asking you what advice you would have for the country in solving murder mysteries. What advice would you have?
Unsolved murders.
Murder mysteries, unsolved murders.
Any murder to be resolved must have a sincerity of purpose. The police investigators must be very sincere and truthful, not wanting to get into an answer, or doing old man's job, or lazy man's job, or political man's job. The moment investigators are already biased from onset, or trying to work with somebody, or trying to take money from the process, it becomes an unresolved issue. My experience, and as corroborated by Mr. Clegg of FBI, for him to have said that, gentlemen, take my card. These policemen here are mischievous. That has a lot to say from sensible and sound minds.
Does anybody have a right to requite when you really realize that someone is partial or biased?
Well, for instance, now there was a star witness in the process of our murder charge, one Frayo, be tutored by Kayamo. They brought him to police station via press conference on a Monday that he should lie against us. The moment Frayo got to the police station, he confessed that he was being tutored.
A government witness?
Oh yes. That was being tutored that he wants to write another statement. They refused him.
Why?
Because they want to have a trend of deception. Maybe that's the way of making money from the government. So if that continues to happen in this country, the murder will become unresolved. And you know, up to today, some of our detractors, my opponents, we say Omisore was released by the government or not prosecuted. Whereas they know that I went through the rigors of trial and was discharged and acquitted.
To not prosecute would be
that you are just finding an information to free suspects.
The government refused to prosecute
because of lack of evidence. In our own case, they said there was no evidence. We still went through the Among Us process
for 2.5
years. And sadly enough, these are detractors too. Recently, one of them, Omisore governor, released convicted persons who killed Olagbaju or found guilty by Osun State Court, convicted for murder.
But is it within the right of a governor to pardon a convicted felon?
Well, they call it prerogative of mercy in the Constitution.
Of mercy.
Yeah. But the law says it must be judicially and judiciously exercised.
You've been a deputy governor and a 2-time senator. What more do you do you have other ambitions in the politics?
My ambition is in the hand of the people.
Is the heart?
It's in the hands of the people now.
It's in the hands of the people.
By the grace of God, if God permits, it's the will of God, I want to be the governor of Osun State in 2014. That has to do willingly by the people, the will of the people, genuine will of the people and the permission of Almighty God, my Creator.
When you get to Osun State, in which you said you want to be, what would you do differently?
Well, many things will be done differently. That will take you another 2-3 hours. But basically, having been deputy governor before, having an exposure at the National Assembly, and now bring this experience into 4 years and create awareness in the areas of education, health, wealth creation, human capacity development. Those 2 things are the bane of development in any nation.
How do you instill discipline in the followers?
When the process of emergence of a candidate is transparent, thorough, and fair, of course, the followers look at the lips, look at the manner, look at the body language of the leaders to be able to behave. So your opening instruction, that they say it's controversy training, Senator Omisore.
Yes.
Like Obama said, the hallmark of leadership is controversy.
Controversy. I'm glad you mentioned.
Any known leader in the world, any known leader, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Shagari, Obama, Bill Clinton, Jonathan, Margaret Thatcher, the controversy must go with their traits.
And it's politics.
That is all. No, that's even the hallmark of leadership.
Okay.
If you don't get to that stage, you are not a leader at all. The other side, people will say, the Omisore is violent. That is some distractors. When you are courageous too, the other people will say, this guy is violent. You have to say Omisore is courageous.
In English language.
Modeled. No, because he pays them to use that derogative way. When you say gentleman, like Senator Omisore, who has never altered a fly in his life. When you tax anybody now, I've not fought anybody in my lifetime.
You're not even
not one person.
High school.
At all.
College days.
Nothing.
You never had any bullying.
So at all. So I don't. So I'm always amazed.
So we've seen your political side. We've seen your business side. It's time for the world to see your easy side.
Easy.
What is the easy side? Do you always think politics 24 hours?
No.
Do you relax sometimes?
No, I play tennis.
Oh, you play tennis?
Yes, on my free time.
Okay, what other leisure things do you participate in?
Actually, my leisure time, I like to play with my children.
Okay.
I try to find time for them. Go to politics, go out with them, go to shopping malls with them, go to films with them.
You can go out in the public?
Oh yes, I go with them to shopping mall. If I feel they want to pick or bookshops, go with them and try to see what they want.
But you're a celebrity. How do you do that?
Well, I try to manage myself.
With the convoys?
Well, of course, with the crowd, but people will come in, of course, basically.
Really?
And that's the only way I can feel the people as well.
Yeah.
People start coming to me, pass comment. This Omisore. This one it can be fun too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I'm sure it can be fun.
Who would you like to meet in specific? Like spend a day with?
I'm actually inspired by Barack Obama.
Okay.
I met the United Nations. I met Cameroon. I met quite a lot of landladies in France. I met quite a lot of them.
Are you enjoying life and its tribulations and
trials? Yes, life is up and down, of course, basically with me. Yeah. And of course, I want to let you know that by any standard, God have been quite kind to me.
What is in Nigeria you would like to see?
In Nigeria, that will be pleasing to all, that will be safe, stably, and of course that we have alternative power supply, alternative water flow, good roads, good drainages, good seaport, and safe air, which I'm sure we are going to get to very soon.
On that note, I want to say grateful thank you
very much
for allowing us to come into your home, because we wanted to get to meet you and let the world meet you. And thank you for accommodating me and my crew.
Thank you very much
on the Lola show.
You're most welcome too.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great meeting you too.